Hi, Miss M's class. Welcome to English class. We are going to continue talking about irregular past tense verbs. So let's talk about what past tense means. Past tense in Arabic, فعل ماضي. Bangla. This is what past tense is in Bangla. Vietnamese, past tense. Chinese simplified. This is past tense. Albanian. This is what past tense means in your language. So I hope you all saw that. Okay, so we are talking about irregular past tense verbs. Remember the verbs before, like walked and talked and yelled. Remember the ed? These are different. So let's look at our table. Okay. Pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Remember, the noun is a person, a place, a thing. So pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Pronoun, verb, that's action, and example. Okay, I was. I was happy. You were. You were excited. He, she, it. Remember, he is for a boy, she is for a girl, it is for a thing, a pencil, a computer, a phone, a thing, right? He, she, it was. He was proud. We're talking about a group of us, right? We were the winning team. They also talks about a group, but that group doesn't include me, it includes other people. They were good football players. So we and they gets were. You gets were. I, he, she, it, they get was. Okay? Now, this is from your book, so I have to read this instruction. Use there was for one person or thing. Like there was a girl, there was a boy, there was a dog, there was a pencil on my desk. There was one thing, right? Use there were for two or more. So there were two girls. There were 5 dogs. There were lots of people at the mall. Remember when we used to be able to go to the mall when I'd ask you what you did over the weekend and like everybody went to the mall? That was so much fun. I hope we get back to that sometime. Anyway, there was for one person. There were for two or more persons or things. Okay, examples. There was one girl on our team. There were 2 girls on our team. 2 or more gets were. Okay, let's do some examples. Are we ready? So present is now. He is, happy. He is sad. He is mad. Past is was. So is now. He is a student. Past, he was a student. Present are, we are home now. Past, we were home before, last week, whenever. Past tense. Remember? What the book wants you to do is to read each sentence and change the underlined verb, see, underline, to the past tense. What I'm gonna start to do is read all the examples. Then we can go back and change the verb to past. So we're only putting was or were. That's all we're doing. We are at my house. This is a house. We are on the sofa. This is a sofa. We call it a couch too. The sofa is too small for all of us. Lots and lots of people. Not enough room on the sofa. Len is on the floor. Len is a boy's name. He's sitting on the floor. Veronica is on the floor too. She's a girl. She's on the floor. There are no pillows to sit on. See, pillows, you know how sometimes people sit on pillows to feel nicer and softer? Len and Veronica are mad. Mad. They're not happy, they're mad. Finally, there is food to eat. Everybody's happy when the pizza comes, right? So we are all happy again. Okay? So they were sitting on a couch, but they couldn't all fit. And then they brought food, maybe they were hungry, and now everybody's happy. Okay, these are examples. We have to change the present tense verbs, the is and are, to either was or were. Okay, let's read the first one. We are at my house. Are becomes were. We were at my house. We are on the sofa. Are again, so that also becomes were. We were on the sofa. The sofa is too small for all of us. So is becomes was. The sofa was too small for all of us. Len is on the floor. That's now. When it's in the past, Len was on the floor. See that? Is becomes was. Are becomes were. Let's try to finish. Veronica is on the floor too. Instead of is, we say was. There are no pillows to sit on. This is are because of the pillows. There's not one, there's two, right? So that's are. There were no pillows to sit on. Len and Veronica are mad. Len and Veronica were mad. Then they got to be happier, right? Okay. Finally, there is food to eat. Finally, instead of is, finally, there was food to eat. We are all happy again. Instead of we are, we were. So remember, we're only focusing on two past tense verbs. Was, which is for like one thing, one person, he, she, it, I, or were is for a group. Okay, that's it for the lesson. We should look at our assignment. Okay, so here's our assignment, which is from your book. I'm going to read it. It was fun to study together. So they were studying for something, a test, you know, probably a test. Grammar, irregular past tense verbs, was and were. Remember past tense, they happened, you already did them. Use was and were to tell about the past. I was in the library. You were by the bookshelf. Shelf. This one. This is a shelf, a bookshelf. He, she, it was. It was warm in the library. So it was kind of warm there, not cold like my classroom. We were not bored. They were studying and not bored. I like these kids. Okay, they were curious about the magazines. So a magazine is something like you buy and read. It's not a book. It's maybe kind of like what they're looking at, like a soft kind of small book. And it's usually published like once a month, something like that. Okay, use there was for one person or thing. Use there were for two or more. There was a girl beside me. See, he's saying there's a girl next to me. There were many books to read. Well, yeah, there's tons and tons of them. Lots to read, right? Okay, complete each sentence. This is a man. He's a librarian. He's the library teacher. Okay, complete each sentence. Use was or were. It was 1:30. I blank with my friends. We're only using was or were. What do you think? I was. Okay, I gave you one. Let's read the rest and you'll have to do them on your own. I was with my friends. Number 3, we blank in the library. You have to use was or were. Other students, more than one. Other students blank there too. There blank a new librarian at the desk. A librarian is a person. It could be a man or a woman, but it's a one person. So you have to decide if it's there was or there were. Our table, our table blank not very big. One table. They're only talking about one table. Carol blank beside me. Carol is a girl. There blank good magazines on the shelf. Mr. Smith, probably this guy, right? Mr. Smith blank glad to answer my questions. Was or were. 10. It blank fun to study with my friends. Now, I didn't translate this assignment because grammar makes things kind of not make sense when you translate it, because it's an English assignment and it has to do with grammar, how you write sentences. So I did not translate it, but I hope reading it and looking at the pictures helps, okay? That's it for our lesson. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.